So a few years ago, I was reading through the book of Luke and I read a verse that I knew there was no way it could have possibly happened. And it really kind of bothered me. So today, I want to talk about that. Welcome to A Mile in Jake's Boots, my YouTube channel dedicated to faith and adventure. In the book of Luke, chapter 6, verse 1, it says Jesus walked through a field of corn. That really bothered me. And some people, maybe you picked up on this already, but corn wasn't a crop that would have been in the Middle East at that time. Corn is, from South America, North America, Central America. It's not from the Middle East. So, I was really troubled that the Bible said he walked through a field of corn. I don't know why that bothered me so much, because I thought the Bible was the inerrant word of God. Well, so I did a little digging. It caused me, some concern. So I started reading and trying to look into different things. And I learned sort of quickly that corn, and again, some of you maybe already knew this, but corn, back then, the word corn simply meant grain. It referred to rye or wheat or barley or oats, whatever that was there. So that verse is literally just saying that Christ was walking through a field of grain, essentially. I don't know why the details bothered me so much, that little word corn, but they did. And it kind of leads me to this second part of this video. The book of 2 Timothy, chapter 2, verse 15 says to study to show yourself approved, to learn how to rightly divide the word of truth. I just paraphrase that, but the idea is simple. When I read that and I knew it was wrong, I was certain there's no way that could have been true. I was wrong. I just had to study the language just a little bit to find out what, someone wrote in the 1500s or whenever they wrote the word corn in the King James Version. In more modern versions, it does say grain. I looked at that too. But, I had to just study a little bit harder, a little bit under the surface to find that out, and to not think that the Bible was wrong in that instance. I liken it to lifting weights, right? You can go and lift weights and pump iron, and you can sort of, if you go in and lift the same amount of weight all the time at the same repetitions, the same frequency during the week, you probably, you might see a little bit of progress, but not as much as someone that is consistently overloading, what they lift. And by pushing themselves, lifting, they become stronger. I think there's a big difference between reading the Bible and studying the Bible. Just like if you have, say, a spouse, it's one thing to sort of live together year after year. It's another thing to get to know them even more, and maybe they're changing personality over time, their likes and their dislikes, and maybe new things they're finding out in life that they do like, that they've never done before. If you're studying that partner and getting to know them and putting time and effort into that, you're gonna see a much better relationship. And that's the same with the Bible. It's easy in our quiet times, even if we are reading the Bible, to simply just read through the pages. It's stuff that we've read before. It's another thing to, maybe say, hey, I'm gonna read this chapter. I've read it before, but I'm gonna get online. I'm gonna find a reputable study, a reputable commentary, and I'm gonna read that along with these verses today. And I think that's a really good thing for Christians to get in the habit of, is to study the word instead of just reading it. So it's a simple challenge. I made a simple mistake, but I knew the answer, right? I knew that couldn't have happened, but then it could have, because I was wrong about the language. I would encourage everyone out there today in this video just to simply study the word. Read the word, yeah, but also study the word, and get into a little group of some folks too and study the word with them, as iron sharpens iron. Thanks so much for checking out A Mile in Jake's Boots. I'm having a lot of fun making these videos. Please click subscribe and also share these videos with a friend or two or some folks at church. I'd really love to hear comments on what you might want to hear about. So hit me up. And as always, get into the great outdoors.